Hey, what's going on? Hey. Who I got in the room with me right now? This is another unplanned, um, random live. Just checking in with y'all, seeing how y'all doing. Okay, since you won't talk or say anything, then I won't say anything until I get some more people in the room. If I don't get any more people in the room, I'll go ahead and end the stream. Let's see what we got going on here. This is day after election day, November 6th, 2024. I guess I could finally speak in complete sentences without being tremoring with rage. We'll see. Welcome. Say hi as you come into the room, since I don't know who's here. Let's see what's going on in a few. See what's going on. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling? How are you feeling after all that went on today and yesterday? Trying to get gauge on how my people doing right now. I myself am personally still very much enraged, very much pissed off. If you come in here looking for a positive message, I ain't got it. I'm letting you know that right now. I don't have any positivity that will flow out of my mouth in regards to a message, in regards to this election. Hey, Sonia, how you doing? What's going on? We got the Fontenats. We got Sonia Renee. And then we got a mystery person in here that's very silent. But yeah, so unlike other people that I've seen disappointed, but we will make it. See, somebody got some hope. Somebody got some hope. I can't even see that right now. I just see red. You ever watch the Walking Dead when Morgan will flip out and they say he had a red rage? That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. I felt bad this morning. I didn't want to leave the house. I feel better now since I'm home. I didn't leave the house. Well, that's not true. I did leave the house. Hey, Anna. I hope y'all holding it together. I hope y'all are too. I'm going to tell y'all my mental space is nothing. This is, okay, so today I have recorded 7 videos, y'all. And I decided not to put any of them up because it was just me in a rageful fit. That's it. And I'm trying to get that confidence. I'm trying to build up some positive thinking. I'm trying to be like the Fontenats who's saying, disappointed, but everything gonna be okay. I have not gotten there yet. I woke up this morning, probably about 2:30. Somewhere between, 2:30 this morning, I woke up. And the first thing I saw was that Florida did not pass the, Florida held on to the abortion ban. So I was like, something in my spirit said that shit wasn't finna go right already. I did not want to see if they was calling the election at the time, because I knew like the percentages of polling places hadn't been brought in yet. So I didn't want to see the numbers. So I forced myself to go back to sleep. And before I went to sleep, I saw that my sister had sent me a text message with 4 purple hearts. I knew my sister was going to reach out, but I didn't know what the fuck them 4 purple hearts meant. So I was kind of mad at the same time. I was like, what the fuck is that 4 purple hearts? And I didn't want to call her, because if I called her and then she told me what I didn't want to hear, I'd be mad. So I waited. Then about 5:30 this morning, I got up and it was like inevitable that I had to figure out what was going on. and I saw that motherfucker was being called as the next vice president of the United States, and the tears fell. It wasn't sad tears. It was just straight rage. You know how sometimes you get so mad you can't help but crying all day. And I will tell you without a doubt, they did not stop coming down my face until about 10:25 a.m. So about 5 hours straight. And it wasn't like I was boo-hooing or I was sniffing it. It was just non-stop like a busted fucking pipe. I was so angry. I am still so angry. And I wasn't like blaming it on the Dems at first. I wasn't blaming it on voters who voted Kamala. I wasn't blaming it on supporters. I wasn't blaming it on her for failing. I wasn't blaming it on other people I heard for their lack of work. But I was mad, am mad, am mad at those people who supported him, at those people who voted for him, whether they did it secretly or out loud. I was mad at the single issue voters. I am still mad at all these people. And I kept saying, if I go out this fucking house today, I'm going to blow up. If somebody smiled at me wrong and say anything that sound like gloating, that I was going to lose my fucking lid. So I didn't have to go to work. And I was having so many other goddamn problems with the car and everything. I was having so many other problems that I let a lot of stuff just, take over. Girl, it just feels like defeat. Feels like I went on 10 interviews and got 0 job offers. It feels like defeat. It feels like pure, unadulterated exhaustion. I was angry. I was angry at God. I was angry. It just, I couldn't wrap my head around it. And then like everybody I saw out here that was giving positive messages, I understand. They want to keep hope alive. They don't want to have that stress in their body because it can make you sick. They just want to look for a better outlet. They want to say, okay, fine, this is what we got to do. We can try a new way. I understood all of that, but all of that just pissed me off more. I'm like, fuck that. If y'all ever were here on this channel when I reviewed The Handmaid's Tale, especially in those earlier years, you would know exactly my way of thinking right now. Fuck the oppressor and fuck anybody who is aligned with them, which is one reason why I couldn't stand the character Nick, because you chose to work with these motherfuckers. Then you want to act like you got this great love story with June going on, and the only time that you ever want to save her ass is when it in regards to y'all fucking relationship. I couldn't stand him. There was no redeeming him for me. And I know it was like a lot of viewers out there that was like, oh no, Nick is on the good side. Da, 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 da. No, I couldn't. Anna says, I cried more out of rage other than fear and sadness. I was angry that he got away with all he has done. So angry. And like now, if you are like on Twitter or on Instagram, most of his loudest MAGA supporters are all gloating. Candace Owens posted a picture of a red hat that says, make Kamala Indian again. Tommy Lauren posted up a statement says, I'll be so happy when the mass deportations start. When do they begin or something like that? Benny Johnson posted up, now that the election is over, we can let you know that Project 2025 is real. All that type of shit. Antagonizing. They is, and y'all want us to sit back and say, well, it is what it is, We just got to trust that the democratic process worked. Everybody got their vote out. I mean, it didn't happen the way we wanted it to happen. We just have to get over it and fight harder next time. Fuck that and fuck you. That's how I feel about that right now. Fuck that. Fuck you and anybody that's thinking that way. This is why the fuck we're in the position we're in right now. Because we're so fucking lackadaisical that we sit back and let shit happen to us and want to fight to fix it later. Instead of being fucking proactive about stuff and getting stuff done before it happens to us. There's no fucking way that he should have ran for president, first and foremost. And one of the things that got me about that, the fact that the Supreme Court knocked that down, disregard the 14th Amendment, kind of rewrote that shit and said that he's allowed to run. Which, like I said, based off of the wording, yeah, I understood what they were saying. At that particular time, when they filed those charges, he was not running for president. He was running for the presidential nominee of the Republican Party. Okay, so based off of the 14th Amendment, he did not fit the bill to be running for president. But I'm still saying this is a preventive measure. Why let him run for the nominee if he wins, then the next step is for him to run for president. But I understood just based off of the word and why they said no. But they clearly said in the dissent to come back and try again. This is not the time. So when that motherfucker won the nominee for the RNC, why the fuck was there not a single litigant prosecuting the case again? They allowed these shenanigans to go on. And they sit back, oh, we're just going to defeat him at the polls. He been saying since he decided to run that he is already set up. He didn't give a fuck what the numbers were at the polls. He didn't care. He already had it in place. They already had all the numbers they need. And I still question, where the fuck did these numbers come from? If all these people that mobilized for her within a matter of 100 and something days, all these people that raised close to $1 billion or a little bit over $1 billion for her campaign, all the Republican defectors, all the independents, the progressives, the Green Party, that all came over to this side and joined the Democratic Party to get her in the office. Why in the hell were the numbers still damn near the same as the 2020 election? It doesn't make sense to me. The numbers were not that far different than the 2020 election. Make it make motherfucking sense. You can't. It don't make sense to me at all. There's supposedly 20 million votes out there that didn't get counted. A lot of absentee ballots that was coming from overseas still didn't get counted. And they're not going to get counted, apparently. You know, we had the burning of the ballot boxes, the burning of the mailboxes. Those things still don't get counted. We had the 3,000 votes in Cobb County. This is the one county that they actually identified. 3,000 votes in Cobb County, Georgia, that never got their fucking ballots. They had a trial judge say that, yes, we're still going to get them their ballots. They're going to get their ballots and still have time to get those in. As long as they're postmarked by November 5th and they arrive by November 8th, they will still be counted. For the Supreme Court of Georgia to come back and say, nope, we're not going to count that shit. How many other counties did that shit happen in? Because Cobb County was just the one that they caught. Because one lady was like, where the fuck is my damn ballot? I mean, it's something's not making sense to me. By 6 o'clock yesterday, before the polling places were even cold, they was already calling the shit. From what I heard, they was already calling it. I wasn't watching, so I don't know. But that's what I heard. They was already calling the shit. How? The numbers aren't making sense to me at all. I read somewhere, I haven't looked it up myself yet, but there was 11 million registered Democratic people, Democrats, 11 million that sat this out. 11 million registered Democrats that decided not to vote at all. But the total numbers of people voting, again, for the 2020 election was damn near the same. White women, still overwhelmingly voted for him. It was what, damn near 47%, or was it 52%? It was damn near 50% of white women that voted for him. That was about the same in 2020 election. White males, the numbers were damn near the same. Latino men, the numbers increased by maybe 12%. I think it was 31 in 2020 election. It was 45 in this election. Black males, was 12% in the 2020 election. It was 20% in this election. So even though we had 86% of black people voted for Kamala Harris, which was this damn near the same in the 2020 election, it was 87%. The number of black males went from 12% to 20% of that 86%. Yeah. So all those numbers were increasing, and it didn't make sense to me. You got all these early votes coming in, and with the early vote numbers, you seen a significant increase, a significant point spread leaning towards Harris. You mean to tell me that every Republican in every fucking state all decided to wake up and say, you know what, let's just all vote together on election day? And they came out in such force? Nah. Somebody lying. Somebody lying. And I didn't say it out loud before, because I was trying to be positive. But I was like, all these motherfucking people coming out like, oh, we gonna vote for her, we gonna vote for her, we gonna vote for her. I was like, there's somebody lying. It ain't making sense. And I can clearly tell how a lot of the ones, and I'm speaking of some of the ones that was in the news media, who are like, I voted for a Democrat for the first time. I was like, I think you're fucking lying. I think you're fucking lying. And the fact that some of these Democrats were actually coming out and saying, Republicans were coming out and saying, oh, we're going to vote for Kamala, that was actually turning off a lot of Dems. Because they was like, she lining with the Republicans. We don't like them. That was turning off a lot of the Dems, really. But still, a lot of them that was coming out like, oh, we're going to vote for her. When you see them reporting on the election results, they all like, well, we knew he was going to win. I mean, I was hoping she was going to win, but we kind of knew he was. That ain't what you was just saying on November 4th. That just lets me know that y'all didn't vote for her. Y'all were lying. Y'all were lying. Her numbers dropped drastically. I think the final poll that they showing right now, she got 49% of the vote, and he got 51% of the vote. But again, there's supposed to be 20 million votes out there that ain't been counted, and they won't be counted according to things that I've read. But I don't know exactly where I read them at, so I don't want to state them as fact, This is my sister and my mama. They both was trying to be very positive. I don't have no positive words, but they both was trying to be very positive. Like, you know what? We just need to get together, pull our bootstraps up, and then we gonna hustle out these next 4 years and make sure that Trump does what he needs to do, or make sure that we're gonna fight against whatever Trump got in place. The last time he was in election, we didn't fight, or we at least, if we tried, he knocked that shit down with an executive order. And then and everybody sitting back twiddling their thumbs like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? The last time. So I'm like, these next 4 years, the man said during the middle of his convention, the Christian convention, and he told them people, I ain't even Christian, I just need your vote. So y'all just get out there and vote this one time, because y'all ain't gonna have to ever vote again. After this election right here, I'm going to fix the votes so that you never, I'm going to fix it so that you never have to vote again. What the fuck make y'all think there's going to be a next time? If he gets in office and does exactly what he said he was going to do, what makes you think that there's going to be a next time? And we should have been treating this shit all along when he first announced that he was going to run again, like there wasn't going to be a next time. And we just weren't. like I said, I don't have no good words. If that's what y'all expected, y'all came here to say poetry gonna say something good to keep me uplifted. That ain't me. That's not me. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way at all. I haven't felt that way. The mass deportations are supposed to start on his first day, being January 20th, the day he's inaugurated, right? And he's gonna try to um, enforce the Alien Enemies Act. We read about that in the last live stream. The Aliens Enemies Act was basically targeted towards 14-year-old males and higher in age that are said to have come from um, a country that is considered to be an enemy to the United States. Okay, based off of what Donald Trump is saying, they really don't fit that bill. So the legal beagles out there are saying that they're gonna do whatever they can to prevent the mass deportations to happen, but he gonna have immunity. Who he gonna fight against? The Supreme Court is already standing by his side. So he gonna circumvent that damn act to include women, to include the gays, to include black people, brown people, all the motherfucking Latinos that voted for him, stupid ass motherfuckers. He talking about y'all too. Just because y'all think y'all voted for him don't mean you protected. And I know a lot of the leaders like we don't want to stoop that low and talk about people who decided to vote differently than the way that we voted. It's not simply just voting differently than the way I did. It's voting to oppress fucking liberties and freedoms not only of myself but the other citizens in this country. And if you ain't fucking mad about that, something wrong. You have every goddamn right to be just as angry, just as mad. You have the right to be scared about it. You have the right to. I'm telling you, I'm up here like some motherfuckers need to be 187 for real. That's gonna be the nicest way for me to say it without YouTube blocking my fucking video. Motherfuckers should have been 187 a long time ago. Well, January 6th happened. That should have happened. But that's just me. That's just me. I mean, y'all ain't got to go that extreme, but that's just where my mind has been at for at least the last year. But I know starting at January 6th, it has happened, felt that way. And it's just like, bruh, for real? And then these motherfuckers gloating. They all over Instagram and Twitter saying, ha 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 ha. And then we even got like some of our own people, they're not gloating, but they like, okay, they saying, well, let them get what they voted for, as if we're going to be exempt or immune from that shit. I've seen so many doggone news pundits. I've seen so many comments. I haven't watched a lot of channels today because I've been trying to stay off that. But I've seen so many doggone comments like, look, these motherfuckers voted them in. Let them deal with it. No, black people been telling them all along what it's going to be like. And now they get to feel it too. We are not exempt from that shit. Cuz, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, they gonna feel it now. Motherfuckers, we gonna feel it too. What are you talking about? It's making me, I think I'm gonna get more upset. I'm just trying to be, I'm just running my mouth. If I'm missing chats, I apologize. Let me back up for a second. I done missed all kind of shit. Oh, Sonya Renee said you was here for some of the reviews. I appreciate it. I really wonder how in the heck The Handmaid's Tale is going to actually come back on air. It's due to come back next year, but they try to be in line and in sync with a lot of stuff that's going on in the mainstream news, because they kind of veered away as far as like the main Handmaid's Tale. They kind of veered away from the original storyline just a little bit. And then the New Testament that's supposed to be coming out, the Testament, that's supposed to pick up 15 years after the original book. So I wonder how they're going to spend this last season, or if they're even, like, with this motherfucking office, if they're even going to get the opportunity to be on air. He's already talking about pulling a lot of these networks' licenses. So what makes me, they may not even be on the fucking air. Okay, let's see. Her real review. Hey, how you doing? You say you mad, you angry, you tired of crying and looking at countries to move to. Me and my sister said the same thing. Like, this is like, we really need to start making our for real exit plan. I've always said I ain't going no motherfucking word. This country is my country. We help build this shit. But now I'm like, fuck it, man, because the 51% of the goddamn country wants me to be oppressed. They want to be in control of my life. What does this mean, Anna say, for his trial on the 26th, if anything? The 26th sentencing is supposed to be a state case. I'm not clear on what's going on. And I'm saying I'm not clear because it doesn't seem to be following the rule of law. State cases, which the 26th sentencing is about, has to do with the 26th case, the case that's the sentence on 26, has to do with state crimes, things that happen in the state of New York. State law is not supposed to be dictated by the federal government. So the immunity claims that they had that are being allowed for the president should not apply on the state level. But for some reason, they are tiptoeing around this case, waiting to see if he would have won the election. And it doesn't make sense to me. I know these crimes are crimes that are in line with him running the 2016 election and all the illegal shit that he did to cover up for that election, but they still are state crimes. His federal cases, pretty much gone. Because he can pardon himself. So the cases that he has with Jack Smith, out the window. The case he has with Georgia, the RICO case, I'm finna check. I got my laptop here. But from what I knew, the state cases were not affected by federal law. Okay, but if he's a sitting president, he's not allowed to be convicted. So they couldn't try a sitting president. So his Georgia case would go away. But his New York case has already been tried. He's just waiting on sentencing. So I don't know what that means or what rule of law they are following, because it doesn't match the actual law, meaning that federal has no jurisdiction over those state cases. Now, he can very well go in and have the Supreme Court draw up some more bullshit and say that they now have jurisdiction over the state cases, which in a way he's kind of done that when each individual state that had filed to remove him from the ballot was overturned by the Supreme Court. So they all states have their own voting laws, and by them going to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court saying that they had to keep him on the ballot, they superseded the state laws, and it now became a federal law that all states had to abide by. So there's a very good chance that he could do that and alter what the federal law says about the state having their own jurisdiction, and then remove himself from them cases as well. But okay, let me see. Let me see. And one of the things that I was looking at, as far as like, he's a felon, and the way that the court is looking at it, the Supreme Court is looking at it, is that he's not a federal felon. So being that he's not a federal felon, it does not prevent him from running for presidency. It will prevent him, by him being a felon in the state of New York, he could not run for any office in the state of New York because that is state charges. That's how they broke that down, and which was allowing him to run as a felon. Let me go back to the chat here. So I'm gonna look it up though to figure out exactly what they're really saying about his trial, his conviction on the 26th. Okay, so her real review said when Miss Nikki, I don't want to be an Indian, Haley was running against him and lost, we should have known what kind of time they were on. Exactly. And the fact that she is clearly saying, I wouldn't want to vote for him, he's not fit to be president, but then at the last minute told her voters to go and vote for him. Yeah, I call bullshit. She's still trying to get a cabinet position. Okay, remember I said in the last election that, not the last election, the last video, that he's trying to make Elon Musk over finances, Kennedy over our health department, women's health, women's rights. Kennedy's supposed to be over all that. Laura Loomer is communications director. That's what position they are placing, or they're saying that she's going to be placed in. And then Eileen Cannon as the attorney general. Okay, so 52%. That was the white, the white women was 52%. Okay, that's what I was saying. They were calling it early in Georgia and closed until 7 p.m. That's what I thought too, that I saw that they were already calling the race in Florida around 6 p.m. And I'm like, the fucking polls ain't even closed. How are y'all calling the doggone race so far? It didn't make sense to me. Somebody lying. And I'm like, I really hope Joe Biden says, fuck this shit. I got immunity. I ain't going no motherfucking where until we really take a deep dive and look into what the hell is really happening here, because something ain't making sense. The Republicans stay one band, one sound, and we haven't mastered it yet. That's what her real review says. We haven't mastered it yet. U.S. black women are truly on our own. I've been seeing a lot of videos though. Like I said, I haven't watched them yet, but they've just been having the title, "Black Women Take Off Your Capes. Stop fighting for everybody. Stop getting out there marching and protesting for everybody's cause, because evidently they don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about women as a whole." But yeah, I feel you. Don't even get on the Christians. Don't let me get on the Christians. I think I have cussed out too many people today that have told me, girl, we just gonna pray about it. Look, I was praying before this election even happened, okay? What the fuck did that get me? Praying about it ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing about this at this particular time. Fuck it. Like I said, I know The Handmaid's Tale is a TV show, but them motherfuckers praying all the goddamn time. And they were still being oppressed left and right. Oh, we have to show up like we did in 2008. I think as far as the polls, as far as the votes go, I think just looking at the numbers, we basically showed up the same way we did before. Only difference is we put in more money. And now that the election is over, I could talk about that fucking money. And we was able to raise those types of billions. We raised almost $1 billion for the Democratic campaign. We raised almost $500 million for the Republican campaign. All this money we raised to get these motherfuckers elected into office, we could cure fucking homelessness out here. We could feed people. We can give universal health care. But that's just me. Anna says, I'm furious that he may actually identify the police. He will. Hey, the Supreme Cover, how you doing? It's a dark day indeed. Dark day indeed. You say you feeling melancholy, not gonna lie, you scared for us. I am scared for the entire country and women as a whole. I think they make it up the law as they go, so not follow everything. Yeah, they're not gonna follow it all. Black women were the only group unified in this election. The vast majority, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say the vast majority were unified, but there was a increase in black women also that decided to vote for him as well. There was an increase. We had like 6%, I believe, of black women last time they voted for Trump, and there was 14% this time. So there still was an increase. Last time the difference between the percentage that didn't vote for him and that did this time didn't vote at all. Those are the ones who sat it out. You need Uncle Joe to go in like Danny and Jacaris. Everything. That's what I'm saying. I need Joe Biden to fuck it up his last couple months there. And like I said, he got immunity anyway according to the Supreme Court. Fuck that. Kamala got out there and she said a nice little piece and how she promised a peaceful transfer of power. You know, on inauguration day, she can't tell Joe Biden what to do. He her boss. You can't promise something for him. I hope he fucks it up. He already said he's gonna push out $6 billion more to the Ukraine war to ensure that they have the funding they need before Trump get in the office. There's a lot of shit. I will be executive ordering like a big dog. Everybody student loan wiped away. Bam. Everybody got universal health care. Bam. I'd be writing all kind of shit up. I would have been, I've been writing all kinds of stuff up. One thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if T.R. Williams is in the chat or not, but she's coming in. We had the, in 20 different states, there was the right to abortion rights, women's health care rights, women's reproductive rights on the ballot. There's different measures written up in different ways in 20 different states. And I believe she's in the state of Nevada, and she was saying that they won it in her election. I wanted her to understand how the state of Nevada's worked. In order for the Constitution to be changed in the state of Nevada, the measure has to be voted on and passed twice. So being that it passed in this particular election, that means the next time it comes around, which is in 2 years, y'all have to vote on it again in 2026. And it has to pass again. And then it'll be converted over to a constitutional measure. So it seems like y'all got a victory that it was passed on this ballot, but for the state of Nevada, and I believe they are, of the 20 people, of the 20 states that had it on the ballots, on the measures, that is one of the only states that had to have 2 consecutive passing elections in order for it to change the Constitution. So y'all doing good, but with with the Cheeto winning the election, he could stop all that shit. Was there any other comments I missed? Gangsta Blur TV. Hey, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute. Only in America can a white man become president just to avoid jail time. This is America. I mean, I think with her Sonny Hostin, she said that if they should remove whether or not you a convicted felon off of every job application now. If you can allow the president who is a convicted felon to become president, then you can allow me to get a fucking job if I have a felony conviction. The crazy thing about that and that statement, a lot of black men that have decided to vote for Trump, who weren't voting for him because they didn't like Kamala, but they voted for him because they really did feel like they were connected with him. For example, I saw this one guy who I see all over IG for some reason. He started the statement off, twice impeached, 34 convictions, sexual harassment charges against him, 7 bankruptcies. He was listening to all the negative shit that happened, and then said, the final sentence said, this man really is a survivor. This man really is a fighter. Trump 2024. This was really one of the mindsets that I was like battling against with some of our brothers, that they were really connecting with that side. They think that him being a felon and winning the fucking presidency does something for they black ass. They really believe that shit. Like, oh, he one of us for real. Motherfucker was never one of us. Has always been against us. The stupidity, just the unbridled stupidity just burns me the fuck up. It makes my ass itch. Oh, I'm telling y'all, I still got them. I might put them out, I don't know, but I did 7 other videos today. I don't know what the hell was coming out of my mouth because I was just furious. And I just don't know how to come to grips with not being furious. I don't understand. I don't know how to come to grips with we just gotta make sure he do what we want him to do. You missed it when I was talking about that earlier, G. Another 4 years, if he does what he says he's gonna do, it's not gonna be another 4 years. He has already said that he's gonna make sure he's gonna fix it, that we never have to vote again, giving him absolute fucking power. And even in like countries like Cuba or Russia, where they have a dictator or communist type of leader in place, anytime there's an election that happens, they ensure that their opponent never wins. Never wins. They kill them motherfuckers off. You see what they did in Russia? They killed him off. His wife is going to step up and say, okay, I'm going to take over and I'm going to run in my husband's place and we're going to keep the fight. She hiding out in America right now. I'm quite sure Dumb Don going to turn her in. Because she's out in America right now. She's right now trying to promote her cause using American media because she's exiled from her own fucking country. They took 10 years of trying to kill that motherfucking man because he was trying to bring down Putin. Do you think that with that type of power that the fucking Supreme Court is now giving Trump, that he won't do the same thing? He trying to mock Putin and all them other damn dictators. He trying to mock them already anyway. And the VP ain't no motherfucking better. Gee, you right. The VP is no better. Vance, I think, he plays dumb. He plays stupid. He knows exactly what he's saying. He knows what he needs to say to move something around my dog. Y'all just heard that? My dog. He knows exactly what he needs to say to get his subliminal messages across. But I said this in the last doggone video, I do think the Heritage Foundation will 187 Trump just so they could put J.D. Vance in his place. I do think that, very much so. That's just my opinion. And Melania got up on camera with her fake ass. I still call her Serena Joy. Got up on the camera like, I do believe that it's her. Project 25 agenda is her. Like she said, I do believe that women should have control over their own body. She was just saying that as a sympathy thing, just so we can get some people out there like, see, Melania is in trouble. Blink, Melania, if you need help. That bitch is doing exactly what she need to do to get her man where he need to be. She is Serena fucking Joy. Just like I said in The Handmaid's Tale, Serena fucking Joy was one of the fucking architects of Gilead. She did everything that she could do to keep her husband empowered, even though she still had to suffer the ramifications of what was going on. She didn't care. She still was better than the people who were lower than her. She was still better than the handmaids. She was still better than the women because she was married to a fucking tyrant. So she thinks she wielded some type of power herself. That's fucking Melania. That's fucking Melania. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Project 2025 agenda. Like, there's so much in Project 2025. I was talking to, who was I talking to earlier today? It wasn't Musically Me. I'm sorry if I can't remember who I was talking to earlier. I think I was enraged when I was talking to a lot of people today. If in Project 2025, they are really targeting a lot of LGBTQ regulations that have been put in place. The right to marry, gender reassignment surgeries if needed, the use of pronouns. There was a lot of protections that was put in place under the Biden administration. In Project 2025, they clearly state they want to reverse all of Biden's regulations in regards to the LGBTQ community. And what they were saying was that, you know, they were gay and they were disabled at the same time, and they was trying to apply for disability, and they were worried about what that's going to look like for them. And I'm like, if you read Project 2025, it doesn't look good. I woke up devastated, trying to hold back tears all day. I am terrified. I totally understand, Toya. I totally understand. I just read Trump's Agenda 47, which is on his official site. A lot of Trump's Agenda 47 is basically the same rhetoric that he had in 2016. A lot of it got removed, altered, for this particular election. A lot of it was transferred over to J.D. Vance's website specifically, his campaign page specifically. But a lot of that rhetoric is the same. If you read through Project 2025, the reason why Trump's name appears in it 312 times, and I only know because I put my search thing on, and it told me how many times Trump's name was in there. The reason why it appears in there 312 times is that they are using failed Trump policies to help carry forward their mission. So, like in regards to the LGBTQ, removing whether or not you could say somebody is the pronoun that they want to be called. This was a measure that was already failed by the Trump administration. So they trying to revise it or eliminate the protections that Biden put in place and pull back up Trump's old rhetoric. And then they give a breakdown of how they plan to do that. And I was saying that was similar. I was telling the person that this was similar to what they're doing to veterans, which a lot of veterans, I'm not sure how I don't know. A lot of people still haven't read Project 2025. It's a 922 page document. But in that document as well, in regards to veterans, me being one whose income is 40% my disability check. My total household income is 40% my disability check. Not that much. About 30% is my disability check of my total household income. That they are trying to get rid of that. They are trying to eliminate the benefits for veterans, because we get most veterans who are over 0% service-connected disability. We get free medical care or partially free medical care through the VA. They're trying to eliminate that completely and reduce disability benefits, if have them at all. So there's a lot of the things that are similar, and I don't know how veterans are not feeling that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, even 0% connectivity veterans will still get some health care. They just don't get a check. what I'm saying? Once you start getting the higher percentages, you start getting checked too. Yeah, they trying to get rid of all of that. So when it comes to like disability for LGBT plus people, disability for what? What they gonna look at the fact that you are a gay person, a lesbian person, a transgender person, or whatever, and they gonna say nope, you ain't got no disability, even if you have a legitimate one. I mean, it's getting rid of the Head Start program. They trying to eliminate that altogether because they saying the Head Start program is one reason why our babies are being subjected to child abuse. This is the language that they're putting in there. Someone asked Don Lemon, will this be our last election? He said he believes so. That's what I'm saying. He said moving forward, elections will be extremely different, and Trump may run a third time because he is rewriting the laws. He's rewriting the Constitution. You read the Social Security funds will be depleted within 1 to 6 years under Trump's proposal. My family is already putting plans in place to take care of my granny once Social Security is done. Yeah, Medicare Part B, he wants to eliminate it. Medicare Part D, he wants to eliminate the ability for them to negotiate prescription drugs. It's so many. I wish I meant to transfer from my phone to my laptop so I could pull up. You know what? I keep trying to tell you I'm enrolled on a website. Let me see if I can still pull it up. And like I could like pretty much put in a topic, and I could tell y'all what the heck the topic says. Like, but when I was going through it at that particular time, I was finna specifically talk about like the rights to abortion, and like some of you guys weren't here in the last stream. I had mentioned that they are trying to make it so women can't have sexual health contraceptives. The language worded in there is that the contraceptives, specifically condoms, are for male use only. That women will no longer be allowed to obtain condoms. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like they are like literally targeting women. The Department of Education is supposed to be replaced by what they're calling this Christian Academy. And the Christian Academy is to teach women how to become wives and mothers. I said, that sounds like some Handmaid's Tale shit. You know, what they was doing with the eco families. They was training up them young girls. And June's daughter, Hannah Banana, they training them up to be married off at 12 and 13 and have babies. I brought this up again because I said this is another thing I thought that was very appealing to black men is the child support. Okay, they're going to force joint custody. A lot of times people don't have joint custody for safety reasons, or they don't have joint custody for emotional stability, financial stability, but they're going to force joint custody. They're going to give men an app so they could track the woman's spending habit. Now, there are some women or some men that are collecting child support. They not going to give the women an app so they could, or they don't want joint custody, right? They don't even want to be affiliated with the damn child. They're not going to give the women the app so they can track the men who are receiving child support payments. They're only giving access to men under Project 2025 for them to track women and how they're spending their money in regards to child support payments. And then they have to go through some type of classes to teach them how to be a better mother and a better wife. And then they're going to force marriages. And my question, because I didn't see how that was broke down in Project 2025, how are they going to decide what woman the man marries if they have multiple baby mamas or if she got multiple baby daddies? It didn't break that part down. They didn't get that far. Let's see. Okay, I think I can put it back up. And I was saying that if you weren't aware, in Project 2025, it specifically states that this was going to go forth with or without a Republican president. So no matter if it was a Democratic president, they were still going to push this forward. Okay, this is the mandate. Okay. It's so much in here about taking over the farms as well. The EPA, they wanted to get rid of that. The Department for Health and Human Services, they wanted to get rid of that. HUD, the Housing and Urban Development Department, they wanted to get rid of that. The Department of Interior, I knew it, the Department of Transportation. Here's the information on the Department of Commerce, the Department of Treasury. The Federal Reserve even had restrictions. Small businesses had restrictions. Of course, the trade had restrictions. The Federal Elections Commission's restrictions. Security Exchange Commissions, more restrictions. There is so much. Like, so if you got the PDF, I finally downloaded it on her too. So if you got the PDF, at least on my system, you can just hit search, boom, type in what you're searching for. I've typed in the word Trump. Oh, y'all can't see this yet, but we're gonna get it. Type in the word Trump, and it's still going. It's on 62, 63. How many times his name appears? It was 312 when it stopped. But that's basically what I do. So I go to this document, I pull this document up, I hit the search button to see what topic I'm looking for, and then you can see things that matter to you. Even if you don't want to read the whole document, you can see exactly what they're talking about. It, the controlling the water, the waterways, controlling transportation. I really thought Project 2025 would have been a catalyst for people to take this election seriously and looking at the outcome. They think it's a joke. They think it's not real. They believe Trump when he said he had nothing to do with it or he didn't know nothing about it. And I was saying that I believe that the way that they're trying to implement it, he may not have known directly about it, but he knew that they were going to use his policies to help devise this plan. There's tons of footage, tons of video out there that he's sitting down with the Heritage Foundation talking about Project 2025 prior to 2 years ago and what they were going to do to take over this administration and make it a new administration. As he said, this is going to be a complete change for America, and I don't think people are hearing him. They still saying that's not what he meant. That's what they in their mind. That's what they saying. Oh, we're just gonna fight harder, and we're just gonna vote again. And no. I'm telling you, I don't know how long I got, but I'm about getting this motherfucker weight off me because I think I'm gonna need to fight for real. Cause I look at that. Where it go? Can you see the number? 312 times Trump name is inside this document. 312. The Heritage Foundation goes all the way back to Reagan. Yes. It goes all the way back to Reagan. I remember, it's crazy. Yeah, and no condoms for women. So many of us are going to be affected, and the most are sitting with their head under the pillow, not even aware of the future holds. And like I say, I think it's very understanding to be afraid. I think that's just part of life, is to be afraid of the unknown. However, what are we gonna do about that fear? We can't just sit back and stew it. At some point, we need to get mad enough to actually take action. And it can't. Everybody got different levels. There's different levels to this shit. And I know a lot of people are like, I'm just gonna continue to use my voice to speak out against it. We need some soldiers. We need some soldiers out there. Toya said, my husband and I had a serious convo this morning. We don't have any kids. And if this national abortion ban passes, we won't be having any. I can't risk my life with the absence of medical care if needed. And one of the things in Project 2025 that they want to implement, that they already are trying in states like Arizona and Texas, is to arrest women for crossing state borders in order to get the health care that they need. I got a piece of hair out of place. It's driving me crazy on this camera. It's trying to get the health care that they need. And that's one of the things that they're trying to implement in Project 2025 already. And they already have started that, like I say, in the states of Texas, states of Arizona. And when I was talking to TR about that this morning, and I was like, that is so reminiscent of slavery. So reminiscent of the TV show Handmaid's Tale as well. In slavery times, when somebody got away from their plantation and they tried to go to freedom in another state or anywhere further north or what have you, they were hunted down and tracked down, and if they were even caught in the other state, they could be brought back into the state that they were in, or the state that they were from, and be penalized and be charged. And that's what that reminded me of. For them to want to arrest you for leaving for health care. The state of Texas, I believe that they are suing so that they can have right access to women's medical records. I remember when they first talked about banning Roe versus Wade, one of the things that was out there that didn't get enough talk about was somebody, I can't remember who said it, was like, if you have an app on your phone that is tracking your pregnancy, your periods, or it's tracking you ovulating so that you can get pregnant, delete it from your phone now. They are using that information to determine whether or not you're fertile ground. Okay. And it was talked about for a minute, and then all of a sudden that rhetoric went away. But look what they're doing now. How soon we forget that this is what they said. They doing exactly what they said. And one of the persons I know was talking about the when Trump was in office before, back in 2016, and then none of this stuff happened. What did happen? He was snatching kids and taking away from their families and loved ones, separating them at the border. Remember that? Putting them in camps. There was camps popping up all over town. People were going missing. Remember that? That happened under Trump's watch. He was rejecting aid to disaster areas because people didn't support him. Remember, he did that for California when they were looking to have aid because of the wildfires, and he wanted to know whether or not they voted for him. And his own people had to say, these people actually supported you. At least this area of town did, so they can get aid. Remember, he did that. That was under his first term. Puerto Rico, territory of the United States, when they had the hurricanes hit, he rejected aid for them too. He even tried to trade them off for another fucking country. He tried to trade them for Greenland. This happened under his first term. He told Americans to drink fucking bleach. This happened under his fucking first term. And then they were talking about, oh, the stymie check. He didn't give out the motherfucking stymie check. That was done by the Democrats. That was pushed by Nancy fucking Pelosi. And he wasn't the first one. A fucking stimulus check came out when Obama was in office. Another stimulus check came out when Bush was in office. I got them all. It wasn't nothing new. And then half the people that got like PPP loans where they got all the extra fucking money, you know what I'm saying? And they were so proud to get those loans. Y'all motherfuckers got them illegally. Is that what it was? Is that the draw? Was that the draw? Y'all wanted somebody that was proven that he can buck the fucking system in office because y'all think that that's going to trickle down to you? You think because he was able to buck the system, I can buck the system now too. He's just like me. Or you aspire to be him? I just don't understand that shit. I'm missing comments again. I know I am because my chat for some reason keep turning off. Okay, 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 okay. Um, W says I'm not okay now, but I will be okay. W, I'm not trying to pick on you or anything. What makes you think that you will be okay? What do you foresee happening in your life, either by your own action or by what um, the government makeup is going to be, that makes you believe that you're going to be okay? Or is it that you just the blind faith, the mustard seed faith, that you think that you're going to be okay? I just, me, myself, I don't know how to pretend like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in that mind space that I just think that everything is going to go bad. I'm just going off of what he's saying and what he's already proven to us. There is nothing that he has said or done that is proven to me or that is making me believe that under his administration in any years after that I'm going to be okay. Especially when I'm looking at I'm going to be okay. I don't look at it as just me. I look at the people that's around me too, my family, my friends, my neighbors, my neighborhood. I mean, I don't, since I'm not sharing anything positive, if you got a positive message to spread in regards to you believe that you're going to be okay, that's basically what I'm looking for you to share. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to jump down your throat. I'm just like, because I can't give y'all nothing positive. So if you have something that you think is uplifting to say, feel free to go ahead and say that. People keep saying Trump didn't do anything the first 4 years, we'll be fine. No, he spent his first term putting judges in place. That way his second term, that part, he did that too. He put the Supreme Court judges in place. And in addition to that, if like I said, if you go on a Project 2025 website, they laying it all out. It's all on the website. If you sign up for the email, they're gonna shoot you shit all the time. They have been recruiting for years and strategically putting their recruits in official offices, ready in their cells for this moment. They've been doing it for years. That's why, like if you've been on this channel, and then a few other people channel too, they talk about these elected officials that they got, local officials, and these motherfuckers ain't doing what they claimed that they was gonna do when they ran for office. These are his cronies. Just like JD Vance first came out like, oh, I'm against Trump and Trump is Hitler, and now he's riding with him 10 toes down. It was all a ploy. All that stuff that he was saying about, oh, Trump was Hitler and Trump was this and Trump was that, that was the fake shit. Now we seeing the true colors come out. That's what we're seeing, true colors come out. Yeah, you said you had the period tracker app for years and you've been deleting it. The crazy thing is, my daughter, my daughter is the one that was like, delete that off your phone, delete that app. Anna's saying you've been thinking of that scene from before June and Moira were captured, where they were in the coffee shop and the debit card started working. I'm trying to remember. I used to be so good to remember what season and what scenes that was from. I want to say that was season 2, episode 5. I don't know why this in my head, but I think it was. And they were in their coffee shop. So if you haven't watched The Handmaid's Tale, start. Start. Life imitates art, art imitates life. One or two, I ain't sure which way the phrase goes, but watch The Handmaid's Tale. It is dark, but it is so true, in line with how our politics are happening in this country today. And the reason why a lot of that is so true, because history kind of repeats itself. When the book was originally written, Margaret Atwood stated that she took bits and pieces from history, things that have already happened, not just in the United States, but worldwide, and she incorporated them all into that book and designed Gilead, designed how those oppressions were affecting people and things of that nature. But yeah, in that particular scene that Anna's talking about, they were in the coffee shop and she went to go use her debit card and she couldn't. It was frozen. And come to find out, she needed permission from her husband to have money, to have currency. And I want to say in that particular episode, she was saying they didn't even see it happening. Little by little, small things were happening all over town, and they were kind of ignoring it. They walking down the street and they seeing armed militia walking down the street, and everybody just like, ooh, wonder why they there. But that's they just say it and they just keep it moving. They go in a coffee shop and realize that all the women that used to work there gone. They go to work. They were journalists. If I remember correctly, they were journalists. At least June was a journalist. Moira was a surrogate. She was trying to be a surrogate for people. She went to work and all the women got walked out. All the women were fired. Gay people were being hung. Doctors, preachers, lawyers, they were all going away. The police were given military rights and structure the same way Trump wants to do. He wants to use the FBI as his own henchman, and he wants to transfer the FBI's power over to local police and militarize them. I don't know what the fuck the purpose of the military gonna be. I guess this shit. I don't know. Is it in here? Let me see. I don't know how they would word it because it's the armed forces. Let me see if they worded it. That ain't in here. It ain't in here. It's armed forces. Let's see. So the military would be, okay, it says the president can restore confidence and accountability to our most important government function of all, national defense. They're still going to let women serve. Ooh, wow. The American people desire a military full of highly skilled service men and women who can protect homeland and our interests overseas. The next conservative president must end the left's social experience with the military, restore war fighting as its sole mission. The next conservative president must possess the courage to relentlessly put the interests of everyday Americans over the desires of the ruling elite. Their outrage cannot be ignored, cannot be prevented. Their outrage cannot be prevented. It must be ignored. And it can be. The left derives its powers from the institution they control. But those institutions are only powerful to the extent that the constitutional officers surrender their own legitimate authority to them. The president must refuse this said authority to the left and use his or her office to reimpose constitutional authority over federal policy making. And they could begin to correct decades of corruption to remove thousands of bureaucrats from the positions of public trust that they so have long abused. That was one of the things I wanted to mention too. I keep thinking of it every time I say it. When he's talking about removing all of these departments, when we hear this, we're also thinking of the departments as a whole, as what is going to be removed, what is going to be eliminated, or what have you. These are people's jobs. Do you understand how many people will be out of work? Right now, we have one of the best unemployment rates ever. I think it's down under 4% nationwide. If you eliminate all these branches of government, these are federal employees that will be out of a job. Millions of people. Let me see. I'm just going to put in my job alone. See if I can find out how many people work for my job. My job is one of the ones that they are trying to modify. And I don't say where I work. But there are currently, what is this? We have 687,000 employees. That's 250,000 employees under just my job. I am just one small segment of the federal government. And like I said, I know they are trying to privatize our organization and take them out of federal jurisdiction. If they were succeed, that affect. Oh, here the total number added up together: 635,350 jobs, federal jobs under my agency. Let's see. Department of Education. In the department. Okay. The Department of Education has 4,400 employees. It's the smallest federal agency. They run on an annual budget of $68 billion. So that'd be another 4,000 people out of a job if he was able to get rid of the Department of Education. But like I said, we listed 20 different places, agencies yesterday, and I just read off some more in under the Project 25. If they were different than the ones I read yesterday. So many freaking jobs that will be lost. Have I had my glasses on this whole time? I don't think I have. Okay. Why is it says my phone is draining? Hold on, y'all. Why is it draining? Did I undo the plug? Phone is plugged in. Okay, whatever. Okay. Go back to the chat. Let's see. Let's say I know people want to be optimistic, but right now at the time we may not be okay. So we need to get prepared and be proactive and not reactive. I'm glad you came to this live. Thank you so much for coming to this live too. You had to take a break on Handmaid's Tale because it was getting too real. Facts. It was Handmaid's Tale was like I believe at least the first season I reviewed it. I was sitting there like everything that was happening on the show was actually happening in real life. I was like, God dog it. I think that was probably one of my best years as far as reviewing it because I was able to just like line by line. Yeah, not only people losing jobs, but tariffs, increasing the price of everything. A lot of things will be more. And he supposedly groceries will be cheaper if he deports all the foreign workers. The groceries cannot be cheaper if he's deporting all the foreign workers. The quality of our food, if he's going to remove fluoride from the water, that's going to affect the growth of the food as well. It's not just our drinking water. But yeah, it's so much in here to be reducing the farms and adding the tariffs, import and export, and there's so much stuff that we get from other countries. I got a headache. Oh my God, I got a major headache. I swear nobody better not say nothing to me at work tomorrow. I swear, I should have known. I told y'all when I first started working for this job, it was 5 of us out of the 33 people in my office that actually voted. And I used to be so mad and so disappointed at the people in that office, always bitching about fucking politics, but motherfuckers didn't go to the poll. And I was like, these motherfuckers going to the poll this year. And I was like, a lot of them ain't voting for Kamala either. That should have been my sign right then. That should have been my sign right then. Yeah, will it be going live again tomorrow? If so, can you give us a time? I could go live tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday? I could go live tomorrow. Okay. I go live. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe that'd be right. So that's like, I might change that. Hold on for a second. No, that's too early. So 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll go live tomorrow. So that'll be what, 7:30 on the West Coast. Tariffs on foreign goods will also decrease job. It will definitely decrease jobs in America. Some goods are partially made in other countries, but final assembly is done here in America. That's facts, and they have to import them to get them here. Do y'all realize the production of vehicles? There are so many car manufacturers that depend on imported parts to come into this country. Electronics, your freaking cell phones, those Trump Bibles. There's so many things that come from other countries. Y'all Temu and y'all Amazon, baby. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous. So many things that we depend on in negotiations with other countries, just for basic oil. We have oil reserves here in the United States, but they depend heavily on gas that comes from the Middle East. And then he's trying to like go back to using 100% crude oil. Like I say, he wants to make Elon Musk over finance. He even came out and said that Trump's economic plan is bullshit and how it's going to create a financial hardship for America and for Americans to embrace the fact that we're going to be down. I don't know. Every time they talk about the finances and the economy, my first thing that comes to mind is Hunger Games. That is the first thing that comes to mind. How the economy is being starved, and we out here having to be in the soup lines getting food rationed to us and shit like that. Yeah, I don't think he's going to give Elon a job at all. I think he just made some promises to his ass just to get his money. I think I had told some of you guys before that Elon Musk was one of his biggest donors. Actually, Elon Musk was his sixth biggest donor, but the PAC that was supporting Trump, 100% owned and funded by Elon Musk. I forgot the name of it. It's Super PAC. What is the name of it? Can't forget the name of it. But his PAC that supported him, and it's his biggest PAC, it is 100% funded by Elon Musk. They want us to run out of gas so they can push electric cars. I don't know. I don't think so. Because they're against electric cars. The conservatives were against electric cars. The Dems were pushing more electric-based cars for clean energy, and Trump is like not. He's 100% against clean energy because he thinks climate control is a hoax. Yeah, he wants to get rid of the EPA and environmental regulations, bad air, bad water. He wants to get rid of the FDA for the Federal Drug Administration. So I don't think he's trying to push the electric cars. Elon will benefit from you buying electric cars. I've been renting an electric car for the past 2 days, y'all. Let me tell y'all. It is not all that it's cracked up to be. Beautiful car. I cannot get this one piece of her. Beautiful car. Runs smooth. But trying to get that bitch charged was a mother sucker. When I got the car, it only had 284 miles to a full 100% charge. which I thought was off. I thought the car was probably a little shady because when I pulled that car up online, I was supposed to get at least 500 to 600 miles on 100% charge. I only had 284. I have been driving around. I left my mama's house. I went to my mama's house after I left the doctor. Went there at 10:30 because she has an EV charge station in her apartment complex. I figured I could sit there with her, help her do something. We could watch a little TV, just spend some mama-daughter time together, what have you, while I charged the car. I was there for almost 2 hours. The car charged 1%. I said, well, let me go to a little faster place, right? I went to 7 different locations between 10:30. No, I left the doctor's office at 11:30. Between 11:30 a.m. and 7:30 last night, I spent 8 hours trying to get a charge on that fucking car. By the time I came home, I only had 50% left. 8 hours of driving around to different stations trying to charge. And I called back to the rental company. I was like, this don't make no damn sense. Okay, it don't make no sense why my battery, something wrong with my battery. It don't make no doggone sense that that we ain't got no that I can't get this doggone car charged. And they kept giving me all the excuses about where I can go and you should be able to charge here. And I went to one place this morning that they told me I could go. Lady was like, I guarantee you it'll charge up there because I've charged up cars there before. Went there and the damn plug got stuck in the fucking car. Took me another 45 minutes just to get they doggone customer service support online to figure out how to unplug the fucking car from the damn outlet. It's pouring down raining. Got fucking rain in my god doggone phone. I was so mad about that shit. So I couldn't even charge my phone. It was freaking dying and stuff. I was like, I don't need no fucking electric car. Maybe a hybrid, because I like the hybrid Priuses and hybrids and stuff. I don't need no damn 100% electric car. I'd be driving around. Just imagine if I was on a damn road trip and I'm out here trying to charge up my car and then the goddamn charge station don't fucking work. Like the lady was on the phone with me like, well, you can go to this location here. It's such and such address. Oh, no, you can't go there. That's reported that the thing's broke. You can go to this one over here. Oh, no, that one haven't worked in days. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the amount that they was going to charge me, I had to put down $60 just to charge the car. They charged me at a certain rate per minute. I want to say it's like 45 cents per minute. I said, at the rate that they was talking about charging this car, the one place I did plug up, it was 5:44 p.m. It told me that car was not going to be fully charged until 1 a.m. So 5 fucking hours at 45 cents a minute. That's more than a tank of gas. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm not advocating for 100% electric cars. And then the motherfucking car was doing shit all on its own. I walked near the car and the motherfucking car started up. I didn't like that. My windshield wipers came on. If somebody was cleaning their fucking windows and goddamn water hit my damn windshield, the fucking windshield wipers came on. My seat moving up and down, my damn air cutting on. I was like, no, I like to be in control of my own faculties. I don't need my car doing all this for me. That got on my doggone nerves. And that reminded me of that movie I told you I had watched, that horrible movie that Barack Obama and them produced. And in the movie, they was driving Teslas, and the Tesla cars took over and was taking them where they wanted to go. And it was basically trying to kill all the people by just driving into this whole big ass ravine or off this fucking cliff and shit like that. And I said, I understood exactly what Obama and them was saying in this movie, even though the movie was horrible. The messages I picked up, I was like, they was like, don't be trusting these fucking electric cars. They gonna kill y'all ass. These motherfucking cars gonna take over. Gonna have some Terminator type shit. Gonna be standing up like the fucking Decepticons. No, don't get your ass in the damn electric cars and they running your goddamn law. And all these people out here driving around with her hands free, talking about, ooh, the car just driving for me. And then the motherfucker, you trying to go down to the right, down the road with the road veer off, and this motherfucker want to go straight into the tree. And then it wouldn't let me take control of the car. And then the motherfucking steering wheel heated up. I'm like, why the hell is my hands getting hot? The motherfucking steering wheel decided it wanted to heat up in motherfucking Florida. I'm still in 90-degree weather here. The fuck I need the heat on for in the car? And that shit heating up, burning my goddamn hands. I was so fucking bad with that damn car. I can't wait to do a review on it. I can't wait to do a review. And it was like a night. I'm saying it was a beautiful car. It was beautiful. But nah, child. Oh, that car had a mind of its own. I cannot even stand it when I'm on the phone and the phone system is fucking AI. Representative, get me a live person. Why am I talking to this computer? Hey, Fitz, how you doing? Oh, I'm just rambling. I'm sorry, I done went off on a little tangent. That went off on a tangent. Okay, Elon, yeah, it's pushing electric. Yeah, Elon is pushing electric. Ever since Trump got announced that he won, stocks have risen, even though they predicted the crash. But the stock that has risen has been Elon Musk. That's what has risen. Um, Driverless Amazon trucks. I seen driverless Domino's pizza. And I'm like, this motherfucker ain't got a person. This fucking robot is bringing me my pizza. No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am. I cannot do it. That car had a, where was I? It's this little restaurant here. And when I first went, I was like, oh, this is so cute. We sitting there, we order all the food on the screen. Somebody may walk down the aisle ask us if we need anything in once in a while, but they don't really tend to us. The fucking robot bring your food. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Then I thought about it after a while. That's not cute. If something wrong, I can't tell the robot something wrong. I gotta go hunt down somebody who ain't around to tell them something ain't right with what y'all just gave me. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching I watched this YouTuber who lives in her car, Mother Nature, and her girlfriend was at a restaurant, and they went to, I want to say it was that same restaurant because it looked like the same fucking robot to serve you, and they wanted them to leave a tip. Well, who the fuck are you tipping? The robot? The kitchen does not get tips. The kitchen does not get tips. The kitchen has a set amount of money they get paid. The tips usually go to the wait staff. There is no wait staff. It's a fucking robot. So that tip is rolling back into the business. Speaking of tips, if you were unaware. So Trump and Kamala both were proposing no taxes on tips. And I know a lot of people was like, yay, no tax on tips. Kamala just biting off Trump. Let me tell you about the no tax on tips plan, right? So in the no tax on tips, the way that Trump's plan devises that, I come into the restaurant, you serve me, I give you a $10 tip. You have to turn that tip in to your employer. Even right now today, most places make you turn that tip in, and they include that tip as part of your income. Okay, so this is exactly how I was planning on working on his plan too. You turn that tip into your employer. Your employer includes it as part of your income. Your income is taxed. Who gets the no tax on tips? The employer. Who keeps the tip? Your employer. So even though it was charged to you as your income, put on your on your W-2 as income to you, your employer keeps it. And the untaxed portion of that is for him, for your employer, the corporate organization. You as the individual worker is not going to feel the effects of the no tax on that tip. You will be paying taxes on that tip in the end. The other version of it was that they don't include it as part of your income, and they don't give it back to you at all. So you never see that tip again. You have to turn that tip into your employer, but your employer still receives the untaxed portion of that tip. They don't have to pay taxes on it at all. That's just extra profit. And that's basically what the robot restaurants are. They just taking that money, that tip, and put it in the corporate pockets because it's not going to an individual person. I still try my best not to even use self-checkout lines, y'all, unless I plan on stealing. I'm gonna let you know that right now. If I see a deal, I'm like, I ain't finna pay for this shit right here, and then I go and I swipe a pair of pants over a pack of chicken. I ain't doing that. But I'm just saying it has been done. I haven't did that, but I have went into the store once upon a time and they had marked these steaks for 13 cents. They left out 2 more zeros. It was supposed to be $13. And I saw that 13-cent pack. I grabbed up every T-bone steak pack they had there. And I kept swiping that 13-cent one across at that self-checkout line. That's the only time I really go to self-checkout. If I see some shit like that, I would do that there. Or if I go to a line and I see some products that somebody done ripped the tag off, and I got I get multiple of those shirts, and I will scan the cheapest one multiple times at the self checkout line. That's when I don't go to the regular line. Other than that, I try to go to the regular line because I want people to keep their jobs. I really do. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, them self-driving trucks is off the chain. Cars Junior here has AI taking orders at the drive. Oh, White Castle's here in Orlando. Same thing. When you go up there, you have an AI taking your order. Now, I tried to place my order, and I wanted something special. I like my double cheeseburgers made with bottom buns only, no pickles. Well, when you order through the AI system, it does not comprehend. So it'll take off all the order, or it'll just something wrong on the order. Then I have to sit there and be like, I want a live person. And then the live person that come on is a fucking AI assistant. So you get to the damn window to go pick up the food from the live person, and you're like, this ain't what I ordered. And they was like, well, that's what the machine said. I don't care what the machine said. That ain't what the fuck I ordered. Yeah, I didn't know Arby's. I'm surprised Arby's still in business, child. Of course, Junior. Still, yeah, taking all these little teen jobs. That's why they not worried about increasing the minimum wage. It's because they are giving all these damn jobs to the AI system. We try to call and get, I don't know what we tried to call to do today. As soon as like I realized that the system is okay, it told me that the whole time to get a real person was twice as long as the standard time. If I had went online and did it myself, the whole time was gonna be twice as long the time. And I'm like, I don't care, representative, okay. And it kept insisting that I talk to this virtual assistant, and like I'm one of the people that I be screaming representative in the phone. I don't know why I scream it. I be like representative. I said representative. Agent. I be like, I get really frustrated. Agent, like, look, they put a live fucking person on the phone. And then I get a live person on the phone, and not saying that, I have a problem with my foreign people, but they always have me in fucking India some goddamn where. With an English speaking Indian representative, but the cultural barrier is very strong, and trying to get through to them is difficult. And trying to get through a Indian call center to get anything done, it is a head. It's like pulling teeth. I swear for goodness. That's why them motherfuckers so good at running scams on us. That's why they're so good at running scams, because they insisted that they not gonna change their position. They gonna follow their fucking script and not gonna veer from it. You say you just be out there screaming, yelling to representative, pressing 0 1,000 times. Zero. I figured out what to do. A lot of times, especially they tell you to either use a voice command. I just start speaking gibberish. I be like, blah, 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 blah. And they be like, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Do it the third time. Blah, 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 blah. Let me get someone to help you. Okay, give me a real person in. Start speaking gibberish. The only one that don't work on is FedEx or the post office. If you call FedEx or the post office and you start speaking gibberish, or you start hollering for a representative or press 0, they gonna tell you, we cannot assist you at this time. When you have got all the things together that you need, hang up and try again. And they will hang up on your ass quickly. They will not talk. It don't work for them. But yeah, most cases, if you start speaking gibberish, it works. I used to do it where I would start speaking Spanish, or I would pick the Spanish speaking representative, because usually the Spanish speaking line is not as busy. And so I would get the Spanish speaking representative, then I tell them, I accidentally must have pushed the wrong button, but since you're on the phone, they got to help you anyway. That's usually what happened. So, but yeah, if you start speaking gibberish, they don't know what language you're speaking, so they gonna get you a live person. They be like, I don't recognize what you. It may take a three tries of the gibberish speaking. I don't say yes, I don't say no. I be like, Lulu. I bet you. Yep. I do all. Yep. Get your live person. Had to do that with Samsung today. Had to do that with Samsung. I'm like, my goodness, I just can't get through this doggone computer. If I want to talk to the computer, is that my screen? Oh no, I'm looking at the thing in the back of the bed. What time is it? It's midnight. Let me get off here, and I'm gonna try to do a live tomorrow. I told Toya I was gonna do one, so I said 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is y'all know in y'all time zone. If you're talking about the Midwest, take off an hour. If you talk about Pacific time, take off 3 hours. Is that right? Is Mountain Time 2 hours? Cause no, 10:30 is 7:30. Yeah, 10:30 is 7:30 on Pacific time. I'll be on here 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, and I'm trying to talk too long because I got work in the morning. I got work in the morning. Y'all made me feel better. I think y'all did. After being on here for 2 hours just talking to my good people, y'all made me feel bad. I was really angry when I came on here. Ooh, child. I'm gonna go ahead and delete them other videos because I was cussing. I was cussing out people. I was throwing out threats. I still mean it though. I still mean it. Some motherfuckers need to get 187. I still mean that. For real. I still ain't got no love for my sisters and my brethren, my fellow United States citizens who voted for that motherfucker to get in office. I ain't got no love for you. And like I said, I know people are like, they gonna get what they gonna get, but we gonna get it too. That's the part that I'm pissed off about. That's the part I'm pissed off about. And I understand the rallying cry for black women to stand down and not do shit, don't support nobody else. But it's in my damn nature. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's in my damn nature. Because if I sit back and do nothing, that's for me, that's just as complicit as the fuck just happened. My whole screen just fast. For me to sit back and do nothing at all is just more. It's complicit for me helping the oppressor. So I can't stand that. I'm sorry, y'all. But I'm gonna lose this weight. I'm telling y'all, this all right here. My gobble gobble. I want my gobble to be gone. Oh, I was gonna say about Thanksgiving. That's in a few weeks. What the fuck is today's date? Today the 6th. Thanksgiving is in 3 weeks. Maybe a little bit of this gobble gobble can be gone. I ain't got no goiter or no thyroid. That's just fat. Can't even see my neck. If I can get a little bit of that gone so I can be ready to fight if I need be. Because I plan on whooping some oppressive ass if they come this way. Plain and simple. I'll see y'all in the next live, which will be tomorrow, apparently. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Maybe I'll be feeling a little bit better. Maybe I'll print out some more pages of Project 2025 if y'all got some topics that y'all want me to specifically address. And I guess I would give my official election results when I finally look up what the official numbers are and what's going on with all these different lawsuits that are soon to pop up, or if we as are going to file any lawsuits, or we just gonna take it in the ass with no Vaseline. And why? Okay, before I go, why in the heck do we not know who has the house? I could have sworn the Senate and the House votes that was on the same ballots as the presidential vote. And if the presidential damn election can be called, then why the hell can't the House be called? They on the same fucking ballots. All that shit should have been counted. That's what I'm saying. I know they got the goddamn Senate. Whew, okay, I'm gone, child. Love y'all. Love y'all dearly. Y'all just don't even understand. I'm going to delete my videos. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, yeah, 3 hours. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be on here at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you again. Peace.